All right, folks, check this out. Donald Trump's health is back in the news for good reason because last night at the Kennedy Center Honors Dinner, the bandages on his bruised hand were out in the open for everyone to see, and it's getting even worse. This has really been in the news in the past couple of weeks, but it's really been something that's been going on throughout Donald Trump's entire presidency, and the White House has changed their strategy just a little bit. Originally, Donald Trump was just letting the bruise be seen, then they started covering it up with makeup, and now they're covering it up with makeup and putting multiple bandages on the bruise, making it seem like it's getting worse, which it probably is. But look, I'm going to show you some photos from the last night dinner, and we're going to talk about the story a little bit. Before I do that, make sure to subscribe down below, drop a like on the video, comment, let me know what you think about this story, and then later we're going to talk about Donald Trump completely flubbing the name of one of his friends when he was trying to announce them. So let's just get into the story very quickly. Donald Trump accidentally revealed on Saturday night that whatever is causing him to need to keep his right hand bandages doesn't seem to be improving. The president was photographed with visible bandages on the back of his right hand for the fifth day in a row. The president, who typically uses makeup to conceal the bruising, has been spotted wearing two large bandages several times this week. And to me, that indicates that things are getting worse, right? If they could cover it up totally 100% with makeup and have it not be noticed, they would still be doing that. But now, daily, Donald Trump is putting bandages on his hand. It's quite literally a cover-up. The bandages were again seen during a Thursday appearance with the presidents of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. They were then more visible once on Saturday as Trump presented his hand-picked Kennedy Center 2025 honorees with medallions in the Oval Office, as well as later that evening during the State Department Kennedy Center Honors Dinner. I find it interesting how there's just this culture of making up awards to give people now, whether it be Donald Trump with his BS FIFA Peace Award or Donald Trump just inviting his friends to the White House to give them medals. They're just making stuff up now. But this is one of the images that when Donald Trump was presenting the awards, you can see the multiple bandages that now live on his hands permanently, or at least certainly when he's out in the public. And you can see that there's still makeup on the hands. So not only are they doing the bandages now, they're doing the makeup as well. Trump had gathered the honorees in the Oval Office to present them with the medallions ahead of this dinner. Honorees included Gloria Gaynor, Kiss, and MAGA supporting actor Sylvester Stallone, who is the person whose name Trump flubbed not once, but twice. Trump introduced Stallone as a friend of mine, a wonderful person, a really spectacular person, yada yada. When not using makeup or bandages, substantial bruising can often be seen on Trump's right hand, something the White House has blamed on the president's use of aspirin and the number of handshakes he has to make on a daily basis, which is total BS. You don't need to be a doctor to sniff that one out. And this is just one of the images of Trump's bruised hand. Previously, when asked for comment, Caroline Leavitt said Trump is a man of the people. He meets more Americans and shakes their hand on a daily basis than any other president in history. His commitment is unwavering, and he proves that every single day. I just love that their excuse is he's shaking so many hands. And of course, we still have not gotten the results on Donald Trump's MRI, which makes images like this even more concerning. These are former images that were taken earlier this week at a cabinet meeting where Donald Trump was not only falling asleep in the middle of this meeting, looking very sweaty as if he should not be there right now, but you can see the heavy bruising, the heavy makeup, and the heavy bandages on his hand at this meeting. And here's more from the summer, the bruising, which just looks awful. That is not good. There's no way to spin that. I mean, the MAGA machine can try and they could say, oh, he's just shaking so many hands. He's working so hard. That's why the bruise is there. It indicates that he's a hardworking man. No, it does not. No, it does not. It indicates that there is something wrong and the White House is not being honest with us. And in addition to that, as I mentioned, Donald Trump is falling asleep. So not only does he have bandages all over his hands, but he's also falling asleep publicly almost every single day. Here is video of him passing out while meeting with the African leaders who we just read earlier this week. Take a look.
Uhuru Kenyatta, who I can see here in the room, these two great Africans who are at the beginning, who started the Rwanda and the Nairobi processes. And beyond them, I wish to thank also all of the African leaders who contributed to help us in this struggle. And I do hope that we have, yes, reached the end. The Washington Agreement.
Wow. I mean, he is doing everything he can to stay awake. I mean, he looks like he hasn't slept in days when in reality he's spent, 12 hours sleeping the night before. He wakes up at 11, starts his day at 12, goes to bed at like 6 or something like that. His day is ridiculous. He doesn't do anything, but he is keeping he's really struggling to stay awake in this clip. And that brings us to this, which is Trump, 79, can't pronounce movie star pal's name. Donald Trump managed to flub his friend and supporter Sylvester Stallone's name while presenting him with a medallion during a Saturday night evening ceremony in the Oval Office. The ceremony held, of course, ahead of this dinner was to give all these people fake medals that Donald Trump made up. And of course, I have a clip for you of the moment here, and it is truly just embarrassing. Watch.
A friend of mine, a wonderful person, a spectacular person, one of the true great movie stars. There aren't many. There used to be a lot. There aren't many now. But he's one of the great legends and had some of the greatest movies ever, including the top grossing movies ever. Sylvester Sly Stallone. Sly.
Sylvester Sly alone. So not only is he just like he's breaking his name up to maybe make it easier for him to pronounce, but he's also dropping the T. Let's listen to that again, just quickly.
Grossing movies ever. Sylvester Sly Stallone.
Just drop. There is no T. There is no T.
This is great, Sly. It's an honor.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Should I
Thank
go
you.
over here? Thank
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh, God, it's so awkward. And it's sad, honestly, to see Sylvester Stallone hanging out with Donald Trump. He announced himself as a supporter after 2024, praising Donald Trump's comeback. And it's sad because I love the Rocky movies growing up. It's some of my favorite movies. And, he's just completely bent the knee to someone like Donald Trump, which is sad. It's certainly not what Rocky would do, a man from the great city of Philadelphia. But here's one more clip I want to show you of Donald Trump, almost as Aaron Rupar put it, almost seizing up while trying to read the name of one of the African leaders, specifically the African leader from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Just watch. This is humiliating for Trump.
I want to thank the two courageous leaders. They are courageous leaders. They really are courageous leaders, great people. President Tshisekedi of the Democratic Republic of the Congo and President...
Can we listen to that one more time, please?
President Tshisekedi.
Oh, God. It is so embarrassing when Donald Trump does stuff like this because you'd think that as president of the United States, you'd be prepared, right? You'd be ready to go out there, pronounce the names correctly. You would have rehearsed it if it's a name that's more difficult for you to pronounce. That's no problem. It's understandable, no problem. But he doesn't do that ever. He just goes out there and wings it. It's like that clip where he was trying to pronounce acetaminophen, and he just completely flubbed it in front of the entire country. That's what this reminds me of. Just embarrassing. So nonetheless, Donald Trump's bandages are getting worse. His bruise is getting worse. His mental decline, his physical decline is getting worse. And the White House won't answer questions about it whatsoever. So look, I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below. I wanted to hear what you have to say about this story. Drop a like on the video and, of course, subscribe. But look, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here. Have an amazing rest of your day.